Today I'm going to be talking about Builder's Block in Minecraft, because not only can it stifle your creativity, but it can also reduce the enjoyment of the game and lead to burnout. For example, you could be roaming through your Minecraft world and have all of the build ideas in your head, you just simply don't know how to build them or what blocks to use or how to make it look. Another example of this, and probably the most obvious one out of them all, is the fact that you could be roaming around your Minecraft world with absolutely no build ideas at all, to the point where you just sat in your Minecraft world doing nothing. I want to talk about every possible way you can try and fix this, because rest assured I still have this mindset sometimes as of today, so I want to offer my help to you in hopes that we can fix this ongoing problem. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. How can we fix this builder's block problem? And number one might seem like the most obvious one, but it's to explore other builds. Now when I say this, I don't mean just going into your friend's world and looking at all of their builds and going, oh yeah, what a cool build that is. What I mean is that you can simply go onto YouTube, TikTok or Instagram Reels to find all of your build ideas on there. The amount of times I've loaded up TikTok and the only content I've seen on there is Minecraft builds being made in a third-person perspective. To be honest with you, it is probably one of the most popular approaches to Minecraft content on TikTok. The amount of times I look for build ideas and these TikTok videos actually help me is extraordinary. In fact, while I'm talking about this topic, I just want to give a quick shout out to Cozy Squirrel on YouTube. I discovered their channel quite a while ago now, and their videos are literally filled with the most talented build ideas you could ever imagine in Minecraft, and they've certainly helped me out a lot, so I recommend you check them out as well. I mean, honestly, the amount of times people struggle for build ideas and they don't go onto YouTube or other social media platforms to find those build ideas, it might seem like the most obvious fix for all of this, but it's actually one of the most underrated ones. If you really wanted to, you could even load up into some community servers and find your build inspirations that way. It's entirely up to you how you want to approach this, but what I will say is that although it might seem quite obvious, finding inspiration from other people's builds is one of the most important ways of coming up with ideas for your own builds. Number two is to start small. Now this is without a doubt another underrated solution. What I mean by this is that you could create tiny builds like, for example, a well, a fountain or a garden to spark your creativity. Even if you're listening to this right now and you're thinking to yourself, oh no, I'm not going to try that, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, I wouldn't be sharing this information if I didn't know it worked. I promise you, load up your Minecraft world right now or after you've watched this video and then build something super small, super simple with blocks you've never used before. Trust me, you'll be surprised by how much your mind actually opens up. Number three is to consider different themes and biomes for your builds. If you finally come up with an idea for a build that you want to do, I can't stress how important it is to look at different biomes across the map. This solution will work for you even if you don't have any ideas for your Minecraft builds. The amount of times I've looked at random biomes across the map and I thought to myself, oh, that build or something like that will look really cool on that biome alone, it really makes your build stand out a lot more, and if you have somewhat of an idea of what you want to build, it really helps. When considering a solution like this, your build doesn't even have to be that impressive. If the biome matches up perfectly with whatever it is you're building, then it will make it stand out 10 times better. As I'm talking about this kind of takes us into solution number four as well, which is experimenting with new materials. Obviously, if you're going to build with materials you've never used before, and you're also going to assign it to a certain biome, you need to make sure that the materials you're using also match up to that biome in order for it to, have that perfect match. If you're unsure on what blocks or materials you want to use, I would highly recommend placing 100 random blocks in one line and then figuring out what blocks you want to condense down into your own palette. By doing something like that, it will allow you to open up your mind to different block variations and then figuring out what block will actually work really well with your build. Again, it's entirely up to you how you want to approach this, but I promise, give it a try, you will not regret it. Number five is to read a Minecraft book. Now, although I've never personally been a massive reader in my life, sometimes reading a Minecraft book actually really helps me. What you have to realize is that reading a book or watching a YouTube video or any type of video, they are two entirely different things, and every person on this planet has different ways of consuming content. For example, you might prefer to watch YouTube videos, but it might not be the best way for you to learn. You might realize that reading something is actually the better way for you to learn something, and it might surprise you. Just because you might not enjoy one option over the other, it does not mean you should forget about it entirely. For example, if you are someone who does not like reading books in the slightest, you should definitely give it a try. Now, I know that might sound a little bit backwards, and to be honest, I agree with you, but until you try either of the options, you do not know which one is best for you. If you're like me, who's never really been a massive reader all of their lives, then this might not sound like an exciting option to you. However, I discovered 2 Minecraft books, by the way, in which case I was not excited to read, but when I did start reading reading them, things actually started to open up and I actually really started to enjoy it. The two Minecraft books I have that really helped me with my builds is the Minecraft Ideas book, and then you have the Ultimate Guide to Minecraft. These two books, if you don't own them already, I would highly recommend getting them because they have so many ideas inside of them that you might not have even thought about yourself. Oh, and by the way, that big Minecraft Ideas book that I've just talked about is actually an official product by Mojang themselves, so if you don't already feel incentivized to read anything, then hopefully that incentivizes you just a little bit further. Although that's not entirely relevant, the point I'm trying to make is that everyone here has different ways of learning. For example, you might be really good at learning new things when you read about them in a book, or you might prefer to learn about them when you're watching a video. Basically, whichever one is easier for you and gives you the most ideas, definitely give that a try. But I would say that reading a book even surprised me, considering I've never been a big reader. One good thing I do like about this book is that not only does it show you visual images of potential build ideas, but it also shows you step-by-step guides on how you can build those exact things, especially if they're bigger builds. You want to know step-by-step on the shape of the build or how you can build it or what type of blocks to use, and I feel like this book really helps you identify that. Last but not least is stepping away for a little bit. Now this might seem like a very obvious one, but the reason I'm including this is because it's truly helped me in the past. They say if an author writes a book and that author gets writer's block, they should step away for a few days or even a few weeks just to recoup their thoughts and generate more ideas. There are many points in time when this has been useful to me, not just building in Minecraft, but even editing YouTube videos. The amount of times I've been sat there editing for hours on end, not knowing what to do anymore or what to include in the video, that just tells me I'm getting tired, right? And at that point, I have to appreciate the fact that I'm getting tired. Otherwise, if I continue working when I simply don't have any more ideas, it could potentially ruin the result of the project. Whether you're writing a book, editing a YouTube video, or even building something in Minecraft like this video relates to, then it all works the same way. If you step away for a few days, your build will thank you. I'm 99.9% sure that that will definitely work for you. It's worked for me in the past, and I also know a lot of other people who have tried it themselves and it's worked for them perfectly. However, with that being said, if you do find yourself in a rut after a few days and you still don't have any ideas, I would highly recommend asking someone else for opinions. It could be a family member, it could be a friend. Invite them to your world, ask them for their opinions, because the chances are, even if you don't take their opinions and you still go with what you thought initially, then it would have still gave you ideas anyway, in which case you can apply to your builds and slowly improve as you progress forward. That goes for anything in life. If you're working on a project that you're not entirely sure about, outside perspectives actually really help out a lot. Even if that person doesn't necessarily have anything good to say about your work, it truly opens your eyes up and allows you to identify how you can improve your work. If I was a DJ or a music producer, you know, DJ Kyle Burke, I would not publish music on the first instance. I would always ask those who are close to me what they think of the work first and how I should potentially improve that work, or ask them how that work of mine impacts them. How does it make them feel? What do they think when they hear it or look at it? These are so many important questions you need to be asking in order to figure these things out. This was a bit of a random video, but I really felt like I needed to make it purely because there are many people out there who struggle with building ideas for Minecraft. I've done it myself in the past, and it's got to the point where I simply don't know, what to do anymore or where to get my ideas from. So I really hoped this video helped you out. If it did, make sure you give it a like and click subscribe for more videos like this. I have so many amazing things planned for this channel, and I'm also on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and your support would really mean a lot. Thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate your time. If you want to see more from me, you can click this one on screen, or you can watch my entire playlist to the right of the screen, and I'll see you over there.